Hello everyone, my name is Salman Patel and welcome back to the Photoshop video series. In my first video, I teach you the introduction of Photoshop with the two important concepts of layer and selection. In this video tutorial, I will teach you Photoshop with the help of different tasks. The first task which we will be working on today is the poster, and this is the poster. In this poster, you will find different things. First is the background. You will see the red background. Second is these bars with a curve on the corners, and the third is this shape. So let's start working on this poster. First I have to create a new file. To create a new file, I am going in the file option and the new option. Here I will set a size of 700 by 525 pixels and click OK. Coming back to this poster, first thing we need is this red color in the background. To select exactly same red color, what you can do is to go in your toolbox option and you will find a tool called eyedropper tool. What it will do is when you click on any of the surface area, let me click on the white area, it will automatically select a white color in my foreground color. If I click on the red area, it will select a red color with the RGB code. So let's say I want this red color, I click on this and it will automatically select the red area. Now I'm going back to my file and I'm going to create a new layer over here. Now what I'm going to do is to going in my toolbox area, I'm going to select a tool called paint bucket. You have noticed when I right click on any tool, it will pop few more options. But when I click on the first tool in my toolbox, which is move tool, there is no other options available. How you can know if there is more options or not? You will see a very small triangle in bottom corner. Here you will see on every tool which have more options with it. There is no right triangle in the right corner of the zoom area of a zoom tool, sorry, so you won't be able to find any further option of these. Coming back to our paint bucket tool, I'm going to select a paint bucket tool, new layer, and the color which we have already selected from that poster. I'm just going to click here and the red color will pop up. Coming back to our poster here, now we have some horizontal lines here with a corner or curve. So how we will create this? Again, I'm going to create a new layer. I'm going in my toolbox area and I'm going to select a rectangle marquee tool. Let us create a selection. You can also move your selection accordingly. Now to curve this corner, you can go into the select option and modify. Here you will find an option called smooth. I will select radius of 5 pixels to curve and it will automatically curve my selection. Now I'm going with the paint bucket tool again and I'm going to select a white color and click OK. Now I'm going to put white color in this rectangle. Holding Ctrl and press D will deselect my selection. I'm going to select my move tool. Now there are 3 lines, rectangle lines. So how can I create the copy of this layer? It is very simple. You can select a move tool first, then hold Alt key. Now you will notice that my cursor has changed its symbol. Move your layer on top of it, then another time. So it will create a 3 different layers in your layers panel, and these are the absolutely duplicate of the first layer. Now let me adjust the layers. So I have more space over here. Let me select all the 3 layers and set this. Okay. Now I'm going to create another layer. These two layers, top layers in my poster is short. It's half of the other layers. So how can we change the size of these layers? I have selected both layers and I'm going to hold Control and press T, which will activate my transformation. I will change the size of my layer accordingly and I will press enter. So you can see now my poster is starting to look very much like the poster which I have created earlier. Now we need to create this rectangle, and if you notice that this rectangle is exactly aligned according to this, vertically aligned basically with these bars, also horizontally aligned. So how can we create a rectangle which is absolutely aligned with these bars? So we have a very good option here, ruler. If you just drag and drop, so it will be a temporary line which will help you to align your or create your rectangle easily. I want to create a rectangle of this size, so I have dragged 4 lines from these ruler which will help me to create a rectangle. Now I'm going to create my new layer, and when I'm going to create this rectangle, it will automatically adjust its size, which I have just mentioned with the help of my ruler. Next thing which I'm going to do is going into the select option, modify and smooth 5 pixels and click OK. I'm going to select the paint bucket tool and I'm going to color my rectangle. I will hold Control and press D to deselect my selection. Now to remove these lines, there are two options. You can drag these lines and left it from where you have selected this, or you can hold Control and press semicolon to your keyboard. It will hide all the guidelines and appear it when you press again. So now we have our poster very much looking like the real one. What we have to do now is to create this symbol. Where we will find this symbol and how we will create this symbol. It is very simple because in Photoshop there are few symbols already given for us just to create it. We have to go in, right click on this custom shape option and we will select custom shape tool. Here there are some shapes. If you don't find many shapes, fewer shapes, or I would say, you will click on this arrow and select all and click OK. It will give you lots of options for these shapes. So let me select any of the shape. Let's say select this one. I have already selected this in my poster, so let me select this. Keep in notice that you have to click on the path option just for the bigness. I'm going to hold shift and I'm going to drag this. So let me create new layer, and now what we have created here is a vector shape. This is not a raster shape, this is a vector shape. To create it into the pixel or in the raster shape, what you have to do, hold Control and press enter. It will create a shape, or it will create your shape into the pixel format or a raster format. And finally we will fill color, red color in this selection. To fill the color, first we need to select the color with the eyedropper tool. Then we will go into the brush option and I will be using brush to fill color. I will hold Control and press D, and with the help of a move tool I will set this object into the center of the rectangle. Again, to keep it into the center, you will select both layers and click vertically center and horizontally center. It will be in the center. So your first poster is ready, and I hope you will learned something from this, and I really hope that you will work on this poster in your home. In Photoshop, the most important thing is your practice. So please do practice of this simple task so you can be able to do tougher tasks in future. Thank you for watching this video tutorial, guys. In next tutorial, I will be teaching you little difficult tasks and little difficult. I will give you a little difficult assignment as well. So keep watching my Photoshop series. Thank you, guys.